I'm Jill Marcacci with Team Huff, and I'm here with my partner, Stan Huff. I'm going to be interviewing Stan today on some of the information of those of you that are thinking of listing your house soon. But before we get started, I want to let you know why I'm interviewing Stan. Stan has more experience in the business than just your average agent. Stan, how long have you been in the business?
This is my 23rd year. I started with Agent Owned. I've been with them the whole time, and it's a great company. I love being here. Jill's been with me about 9 years. Started as an assistant and quickly made her a partner, and best decision I ever made. She's a great agent.
I think we work very well together. Stan's experience comes through, which I use all the time, even being in the business for 9 years. I find that Stan can always say, oh, I've dealt with that before. So that's the point I like. We're kind of yin and yang in some ways. I get very excited. I get nervous. I try to get things done quickly. Stan has the temperament for our team that if you hit an icy patch on the road, he's able to stop, evaluate, and can go on from there. But the reason we're here today, as I was saying, is that for those people that are thinking about listing their house in the springtime, it's right around the corner. We're mid-February, but here in South Carolina, by the time we get to mid-March, we probably are ready to list. So we want to go through a few things today. So the first thing is, what do you think we need to do first? So if the person is thinking about listing their house, what is the first thing they need to do?
Well, I think the first thing you need to do is let us come see your property, talk to you. What does the property need? And that's where Jill comes in and does a great job. She's a great stager, has a great eye about what plants to put out, different things, different aspects of the property on setup. We're in a little bit of a tight market, and we'll talk about the market down the road in this conversation. But just first conversations are, what's your path? Am I going to go find the house of my dreams, put it under contract, and then list my house? Am I going to list it and take a chance on finding the next property? So they both kind of have their own idiosyncrasies of how to work, but we can explain the ins and outs of both and help you make the right decision for you and your possible family if you have one. But
another thing going on from what he said, if we're able to come out first, sometimes what we're able to do is to keep you from spending the extra money that you might think, oh, I need to spend money on this, this, and this. And when we come out through, we might be saying, no, this is fine. Let's put your money towards this because that's going to help us get more dollars for your house and get it to sell quicker. Okay. Next question is being financially ready. Is there anything that they should do financially before they list?
Absolutely. The worst scenario you could have is if you sell your house and find out you don't qualify for the next one. So we've got great lenders in place that can advise you on what the interest rates are, where they're going, how much you might need to put down. Talk about the equity in your home. That part we help you with. But I think know where you're going to go and know how you're going to do it, and start with a financial institution. And I'm not talking about some people you grab off the internet, because that's not probably the best solution.
Right.
Probably a local, trusted mortgage lender leader is a better way to go.
Another thing, if you have a mortgage, it's kind of good to know where you sit with that mortgage. So if you have an idea of how much you still owe, we can go ahead and run some numbers for you at the projected price we think we're going to list at, so you have an idea in the beginning of what you might be looking at for your next transaction. Somebody wanted to know 3 important things to start now, so we kind of went through that. But if they don't have us come out before we come out, I guess it's a better way of saying that, is that it's 3 important things to kind of get started.
Declutter.
And say that 3 times.
Declutter, declutter, declutter.
There we go. Very good.
And then just really scale down to get your property ready. The first impression is the front of your house. Make that look beautiful. That even helps us a little bit see the potential.
I agree with that. And then as you were saying, at the outside of the house, sometimes it takes a while to get the people you want out there. So if you know that you're going to have to power wash your house, might be a good time to go ahead and start making those appointments, because in the springtime, they get booked up. So we can go and help you kind of figure out chain of events or the timeline of things that you need to do. A lot of times we say to wait to put the pine straw or the mulch down to the very end, to the day before pictures, so it looks nice and fresh. So that, once again, so you're not having to do pine straw twice. So those are things that that we can help you with when we come out and take a look at your property. What do you think that is the best areas to spend the money in a house before they list?
Well, it depends. If you've got Formica countertops that are burned, I would say go ahead and put some kind of solid surface countertops. You know, what needs repaired, what gets it to the best place possible. You know, a lot of older neighborhoods, people are going to expect to come in and do remodeling. Some of the ones that are 8 or 10 years old, you know, you're gonna be competing against new construction, and you might want to kind of raise the standard a little bit. And that's another thing we can do is we can take you to some model homes and let you see what the builders are doing, because they have designers that stay on trend with colors, color schemes, different textures, different kinds of things. So that's a good way to kind of get an idea about what you should do, because you know builders are on top of their game when it comes to that.
I think that's a very important thing. I love to go in there, just get an idea on colors, on textures. Like in the kitchen, you know, the backsplashes of whether, you know, they're still using subway tiles or what kind of different patterns they're using. Big thing right now is the laundry rooms. People are making their laundry rooms in the mudrooms just absolutely gorgeous by hanging chandeliers and doing different color cabinetry. A lot of different things that don't take a lot of money to change, but that really makes your house look like it's been updated. On that note too, one more thing that Stan had drawn upon is things that you can do now. If you know you have a leaky faucet upstairs, you might want to take care of that now, because it's going to come up during the inspection, and during the inspection you're going to be forced to get it fixed within a timeline. But if you think about it now, once again, it's something you can do beforehand, hire the person that you want to hire, and do it at your timeline at the expense that you want to spend on it. So finally, Stan, a lot of people are worried right now about the market. What do you foresee, or what can you tell us about what 2023 is going to bring us?
Well, what we expect with higher interest rate, inventory is going to climb. That has not been the case the last 60 days like we thought we'd see. We do expect, though, that some inventory will be coming to market. That's why it's so important that we get in front of what you're thinking. And, you know, if we look at your situation and say, now's not the time, we're happy to do that. And so when it's not your time, it's not your time. You know, I feel like that the inventory is going to grow a little bit. It always does in the spring. The buyer demand from outside of Charleston has slowed up, and that's what drove these prices and drove the market to where it is. I do not think we'll see a bunch of price slipping in our market. So, for example, if you're changing your zip code and you're moving to a different place, what a great opportunity, because you may be able to capitalize on our market and take advantage of another market's downside. It's what we've missed the last couple of years is the internal move, somebody moving because they wanted to. And I think a lot of people improved their property and have enjoyed it. But if it's time to move on, give us a call.
Great. Once again, this is Jill and Stan. We're Team Huff. You have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments section, or always give us a call.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you.